Greetings, ring bearers. My name is Nox, and here's my first look at The Lord of the Rings, Heroes of Middle-earth. Now, I'm more known for doing videos on Warhammer 40k Tacticus, but I am a bit of a fan of Lord of the Rings, and so I thought I'd give this new game a try. It has been released today, so if you like what this looks like, download it and give it a go. I've been playing for a short while now, and I've managed to reach level 10, which is by no means an excessive feat. It's fairly simple to go through this game to begin with. Now, this game is very much like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Now you have your Light, Shadow and Guild campaigns. Now, with Light and Shadow, you obviously fight the opposite faction, and with Guild campaign, well, I've not joined a guild yet, so I'm not sure what would happen there, but I'm guessing you'll be able to use any characters that you have unlocked. The 4 characters I have here, you are given as the campaign progresses through the first, Light campaign. And you begin with Frodo and Strider, and Eothane and Lady Eowyn join as you proceed. All the characters take gear to upgrade through the various gear tiers and also have a level associated with them. Now bear in mind you cannot go to the next gear tier until you've reached the associated level to complete the current gear tier. So here we can see that I cannot get to this fine chain because it will only be available at level 10. This is one way they'll try and throttle you back from trying to go through everything too quickly. You have to make sure you find the gear and can actually apply it to the characters before they get it. As a visual identification, probably for those who are colourblind, they have the circular colour around the edges, which in this case is green, but I'm guessing as with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, it will change colour as the gear tier increases, and also the number of lines will increase too. If you are ever needing to find a gear, you can click on it, click find, and it'll take you directly to any number of missions that you can do to claim that gear. After a certain level, you will unlock the auto win button, which instead of having to go through it manually, you can click auto win to automatically win. The one thing I will point out is make sure you reduce this down to 1, because you don't really want to be having 20 attempts for one item. Now, it may be in the future that rarer items are needed for a number of characters, and having that set to 20 is actually a good idea. Or if you're trying to collect the character shards, you will probably want to default that to 22. However, as I'm just trying to collect an item, I would set it to 1 and hit auto. However, I want to show you how the battle works. In campaign 1, you always get a little bit of blurb explaining what our heroes are doing there. And you get to choose which characters you actually use in your team before you go into battle. Here I have Strider as my squad leader, and you can see here his ability that there is still hope, which is whenever Strider crits, he grants stealth for 1 turn to the most wounded hobbit ally that doesn't already have stealth. My other option would be to give it to Lady Eowyn, whose leader ability is the Rohan squad members gain 15% crit chance during assists and counterattacks. Now, seeing I don't have any assists or counterattacks going on, it's pointless having her as leader, so Strider it is. Combat is exactly the same as you would see in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which isn't a surprise because this is made by Capital Games, who are the same company. You have choices about which attacks to do, and if you hold down on it, it will actually tell you what they are. Here I can see that I can attack the target for 110% damage, and if Sam is an ally, attack again for a further 50. So there's synergy between characters when you have them. It shows the passive that there is still hope from Strider, just to make sure you understand what's going on. The 4 dots above this ability means it will take 4 turns to recharge before you can use it again, and therein lies the strategy. You can only use these every so often. Characters will have 3, maybe even 4 skills at their disposal, but there will be time where you'll have to use their basic attack. As you choose the attack, they rush forward and attack. And there are buffs and debuffs, or boons and banes as they call it in this game, which will affect how much damage you do or if the enemy attacks back. This character granting might for 1 turn to themselves and any other character. So there are the boons. It looks like you can only click on the boon if it is their turn. Otherwise you just run forward and attack, and there he is giving stealth to Frodo. This character can give himself provoke, and it'll tell you that foes are forced to attack this character, and then it removes 1 stack. It's a taunt for a certain number of attacks only. Up in the top corner you can see the number of waves that you need to complete the level. In my experience so far, it can go up to 3 waves to complete, and you'll see different monsters as you go through. You'll come across people like trolls, orcs, all the sorts of usual things you would expect to see in Lord of the Rings. And when you complete the level, you're granted a lovely victory shot and the items that you get from it. Now, because I didn't actually get the item I was after, I'll click Auto Win, reduce it down to 1, to show how quickly you can sim through them. And once you have all items you want, you can then equip them all with a click of the button. Now, obviously I can't equip this last item, even though I have the items to do so, because Frodo is not level 10. So let's level him up and equip it. So there you go, there's the extra gear tier, and you can see there's an additional line going around in that circle. And as such, he has unlocked a new skill, the Last Resort. He gains stealth for 1 turn and attacks a target for 150% damage, and it can't be dodged or blocked. His last one is Third Feet, which you can only get when he gets to gear tier 4. Now what's interesting, it looks like you can upgrade the abilities themselves, where as you upgrade them, they end up doing more damage and can possibly do additional things like giving himself more turn meter or calling in another hobbit to assist. Or at level 6 he always calls an assist. Let's do the same to Strider. Let's level him up. Give him the last item. And this has unlocked his new ability where he can attack all enemies for 100% damage. So each ability can only be upgraded at certain times. This one needs 10 of these items. His push through needs 15, so this will be a required item throughout the whole game. And these two can't be leveled up until Strider hits a higher level, which indicates if I were to upgrade this now, getting to level 3 would mean even more ability materials are needed to increase it. Once you've completed a campaign, you will unlock the hard mode for it. The hard mode campaigns are the only place where you can get shards for the characters outside of purchasing them from the store. And the hard mode campaigns are a little bit more difficult than the standard modes, as you'd expect. I was only able to complete the second one with 1 star. There was literally 1 character left as I was playing through. However, as you can see, if I wish to level up Earthane, I need 30 more shards, so I could do an auto win and run this automatically and try and get as many shards as possible in one go. As you play through the game, you'll actually start unlocking additional areas. So guilds are unlocked at level 10, the arena is unlocked at level 20, supplies are unlocked at level 18, and adventures at level 14. In the actual gameplay, the Shadow campaign is then unlocked at level 12, where I'm assuming you'll actually get some Shadow characters to actually play in it. So that was a quick overview of what this game looks like and how you progress. As I've said before, if you're interested, give it a go yourself and see how far it takes you. I will be covering this from time to time on my channel, but it won't have any impact on the videos I make for Warhammer 40k Tacticus. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you next time.